Hey, what up, fam? Manly Brandon, back here with a weight loss update vlog, I guess. I posted a small one, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit more info that you're hungry for the information. So yeah, I started this weight loss journey. I was 416 pounds, and yeah, it was miserable, and really wasn't doing anything about it. I just kind of resigned myself to just being big for my whole life. I bought all new clothes. I think at my biggest, I was wearing a size 6X and a size 50 jeans. And I was just kind of going through the motions. One day I woke up and I felt like I had pneumonia. So I went to the hospital and I found out that I was diabetic. And living my lifestyle, diabetes, it was an inevitability, and it's like a death sentence because I was just not willing to change who I was or the way I was doing things. And I just kind of kept scooting along, kind of following the rules a little bit. Not really. Yeah, so I started. Actually, ironically, diabetes, one of the symptoms is weight loss because you're basically, if you're uncontrolled, you're peeing out. You're peeing so much that you're literally losing weight from peeing. And I peed all the time, and it like was painful, like so much urination. I was just peeing and peeing and peeing. Uh, so yeah, once I was like, I've had enough of this. I can't do this anymore. I finally decided, hey, I looked at my son and I was like, man, I want to stick around for this guy. I want to be able to do stuff with him that I would not be able to do being 400 plus pounds. So I like catapulted off of the diabetes weight loss, and I was like, you know what? You lost this much weight, keep it going. So I became a much better diabetic, ate more low carb foods and all that stuff, but I was still eating a ton of calories. So I eventually started to gain some of that weight back. That's why I had initially lost 100 pounds and got into like the best shape of my life, but I was crazy sick. I was diabetic as hell. But once I got healthy again, I started putting on weight. I put on about 30, 40 more pounds, and I was miserable again. I was like, come on, you're doing the stuff that's right by your diabetes. What's going on? And it's 100% the caloric intake. Like, it's true what they say. You cannot outwork a bad diet. If you have a bad diet, you're done. Like, you can't lose weight. You can maybe a little bit, but you'd have to work out so much that you would literally live in the gym. And then at that point, you just eat less just because you're not home to eat. So earlier this year, I got sick. My diabetes was doing good. I was doing great using the insulin and all that stuff. And my doctor was happy with me. All my, everything was good. I was in decent health for being overweight. But I got sick. It was the flu. And it got so bad, I remember I was lying in bed crying, like, because I was like, please just get well. But I don't know why I do this, but like, once again, my sickness, since I couldn't eat or anything like that, I ended up losing 10 pounds. And it's not healthy weight loss. I don't recommend it. But I was like, you know what? You already lost 10. Go for the gusto. So I decided, you know what, we're gonna do this. So I started looking up diets and stuff because I was like, I know I'm eating too many calories. I know I am. Like I couldn't deny it. Like I started doing a calorie tracking app, and I was like lying to myself and lying to the app. Like, what am I doing here? Just be real. So I looked up and I found this guy named Sten Ekberg. He's a chiropractor, but he's like a holistic doctor, and he was talking about, oh, you can reverse insulin resistance and all this stuff through intermittent fasting and a low carb diet. And I was like, what? No way. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. I'm doing the 16-8 intermittent fasting. So that means I eat for 8 hours. I can only eat within an 8-hour window throughout the day. And then 16 hours I can't eat. So between 11 and 7, I can eat my usual calories. I obviously cut it back because I was eating over 2,500 calories a day. That's not good. So I cut it back, and I only eat 2 meals a day. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I only eat one large meal for the day, and then my body uses that energy throughout the day, and that works for me. I don't know if it will work for everyone, but my results are I'm off the diabetes medicine, no longer insulin dependent at all. I don't eat enough carbs to even activate it. My blood sugar doesn't drop; it's at a healthy range. I'm A1C of 5.2, which is not even pre-diabetic. It's actually just not diabetic. And that's all from the diet and the exercise. I also was doing a lot of heavy weight training and stuff like that, which is great for burning calories. You lose, you burn a lot of calories. But I kind of plateaued a little bit, and it's probably my own fault because I don't know what I'm doing in the gym. I've asked my friends who are more well equipped, because I go to the gym like every day. I live in the gym, but I was just not like gaining muscle or losing weight. Like I was just kind of spinning my wheels. So I looked up, and I just kind of got into every Tuesday and Thursday when I'm on my big fast days, I do high intensity interval training, and it's it's nothing major. I get on the bike and I do a half hour high intensity interval training. It's 8 30-second reps at max speed, and then plenty of rest in between. So it's nothing impossible. Like I could do it. Anyone can do it. It's worked out really well. I don't dread working out anymore. I did for a while. Like every day I was like, oh, come on, just because I would be achy. Because that's the gym. That's what the gym does. And you got to suffer for it. Like, no, I'm not here to tell you there's a pain-free way to do this. But it is possible. I know I'm still kind of big. I'm still big. This is a 2X shirt. I can actually fit comfortably into a 1X, but this is just I'm like in the process of rebuying all of my wardrobe. But I'm down from a 6. 5 was my most common. I've had to trade in my work shirts multiple times now, and now I'm 1X. I think is where I'm gonna be, because my goal weight is 220 pounds, because I started at 416. And then went all the way down to 300, and then up to 330, and I like fluctuated. You know, I was yo-yoing, but this is the most consistent I've been. And I'm down right now. I'm 20 pounds out. I'm at 240, so I'm 20 pounds out of where I need to be. And I don't think I'm going to get much smaller than this. And I also am going to start heavier weight training and try to put on some muscle, because I mean, if I lose the weight, might as well try to look pretty good, you know? Why not? But it's possible. Like, this is not an impossible thing. You just have to do it. My motivation was because every other diet and exercise I tried, I wasn't losing weight fast enough, and I was like, oh, this is bumming me out. So when I lost that 10 pounds that weekend, I was like, that's a real result. So I'm not saying that's the best thing. It's probably the worst thing. That's maybe the worst motivation ever. But just seeing that 10 pounds, and it was probably all water weight. Like, if I'm being real, it was probably all water weight. I probably didn't lose any weight. But just seeing that come off there just boosted my confidence, and I was like, I can do this. So I have been doing it. And I'm not going to say that every day is super easy, because, like, some days I get hungry. Like, 11 o'clock sometimes is a long way away, especially when you're at work, and if you're bored, you want to eat and snack, you just got to just not do it. And your stomach's going to growl, and it's going to be mad at you. But just think of it as your stomach growling is you're burning calories, because it's your body telling you to put food in. So if you don't put food in, it's got to take it from somewhere. Why not your fat stores? You know what I mean? So that's what I got going on. I'm going to keep this up. I'm going to get down to 220. And I'm going to try to stay there and get lean, and just kind of work on putting on a little bit of muscle. I had a little bit of a setback. I pinched a nerve in my neck, and I lost all the strength in my right arm. I'm actually recovering where I can do more weight workouts, because Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays is my weights. And like I said, Tuesdays, Thursdays is like heavy cardio. But there's so much stuff that you can do in a gym even without utilizing your arms. And I know the arms are the muscles that everyone wants to see. That look the sexy muscles or whatever. But you know what? I got killer legs. My legs are fucking jacked. I'm jacked. I could kick someone through a wall. That's crazy. So that's the ones I like. I like the big legs. Always have. Because I have short legs. I have little short, tiny legs. Like, I mean, you can't really tell. Oh yeah, you can see the side view, how much I've lost. But yeah, that's I mean, basically what I'm trying to do is put this out here to be, if I can inspire someone, because I had people along the way who were helping me out, but they were already in great shape. You know, like the dudes at the gym are so supportive and cool. Like if you're worried about getting picked on because you're big, every single big dude I've seen at the gym has a jacked homie who's helping him trying to help him get better, because that's love, man. He wants him to be around. So go to the gym, find yourself a jacked homie. He's gonna help you, and you guys are gonna have fun. It's gonna suck some days, and you're really gonna have to switch your diet up too. Get into a calorie deficit. You know, like cut them down. I don't know what. I'm not a dietitian. I don't know what's best for everyone. But 1,700 a day works for me right now. I don't know what my actual basal metabolic rate is. You know, I don't know any of that stuff. But 1,700 is working for me, and I'm not tired or weird feeling or anything like that. And the weight's coming off. Sometimes you're only going to lose half a pound a week, but a loss is a loss. You know, don't give up. Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm gonna keep going. I'll try to post these more often. Just trying to get some motivation out there. Um, yeah, just keep doing it. Just don't quit. Like, don't let a setback set you back. Just keep going, because that's the only way it's gonna happen for you. No, this isn't magically gonna happen. Like, I got diabetic and I lost a lot of weight, but in an unhealthy way, and it was non-sustainable. Now I'm doing it in a healthy way, and I feel like it's sustainable. I think this is my lifestyle going forward. Like, I don't want to go back. You know, I feel not guilty, but I feel weird eating outside of my parameters now. So I've set it up, and like after a while, your body just kind of gets used to it anyway, and you're not hungry at weird times. Like I said, being bored is a big thing, because I'm so used to just bored snacking or being emotional or upset. You know, eating your feelings. Yeah, I've started actually now. I exercise my feelings. Like if I feel bad or feel weird about something, I come out to the gym. I have my own home gym. I have the gym that I'm actually a member of, and those guys are all great. It's a supportive community. Like, gym dudes are actually some of the coolest dudes. Like, the stereotypes about jocks are not 100% right. Like, I'm sure there are some shitty ones, but the guys that I know at the gym, they're cool and they're supportive and they'll help you out. But yeah, I guess that my biggest message is just to do it. Just do it and stick to it. I'm going to be working with my son this summer to try to help him get on this path. I want him to be happy and live a long life. I try to tell him that diabetes is a real thing in our family, and it's not fun. Not having to do those shots every day is so amazing. Like, I feel so great not having to be like, oh, I really want this pasta or something like that. You know, like just kind of getting away from it and eating the fresh vegetables, loving the fresh vegetables. Like, the diet I have now, I'm actually more into the food that I eat now. Like, it's so good. The only thing I really, really miss is tacos. Of course, who's not? But, you know, there's ways around that too. I could just eat less, you know? There's ways. There's ways. Believe me, you don't got to give up all the stuff you want. You just got to take less. And at first it's going to suck, but it'll be worth it in the end, because you can do it if you do it. I don't know what everyone's workout regimen is. Like, I have no idea. I am not a physical trainer, clearly. I know a few, and they've given me tips along the way. My advice is look online. There's a lot of good advice out there. If you look, I would look for people who have done weight loss and what works for them, because it clearly works. Like, people who are always skinny and stuff like that, it's harder for me to take their advice because they didn't have to go through it. But there are enough people out there who have lost the weight that can help you. I mean, if you want to listen to me, like I said, 1,700 calories, 2 meals a day, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 meal a day, between the hours of 11 and 7. That's my intermittent fasting schedule. I also eat a lot of it's kind of a keto because I don't mess with carbs because I'm diabetic. So mine's a low carb diet, but you don't have to do low carb, but it just works for me. And I'm not even going high fat. I'm going high vegetables. There's some fat there and protein and stuff like that. Like I try to get my macros, but I'm not leaning too hard into the fat because I have reserves. So when my body starts using that, that's what happens. Like I get the reserves out, So that's what I'm losing weight. I'm cannibalizing myself essentially. And then for the exercise, I would go weightlifting Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and intermittent or high intensity interval training on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's only a half hour, so it's not even that big a deal. Try to get in an hour and a half a day on the days that you're not in high intensity interval training. And yeah, it's worked for me, and I hope it works for you guys too. All right, peace.